And negotiations for a ceasefire in the Middle East are ongoing, even though both sides in the conflict are downplaying the U.S. president's optimism. Israeli officials say they were caught off guard by Joe Biden's claims of a breakthrough deal by Monday, and Hamas says there are still major gaps. Here's CTV's Bergeron-Oliver.
After nearly 5 months of fighting, a pause may be near. The U.S. president says he hopes a ceasefire will be announced by Monday.
You got at least a principle agreement. There will be a ceasefire while that takes place. Ramadan's coming up, and there's been an agreement by the Israelis that they would not engage in activities during Ramadan as well, in order to give us time to get all the hostages out.
Negotiators are in Qatar this week, trying to pin down the terms of that draft agreement, which builds on discussions last week.
We are pushing hard for the proposals put forward and the agreement that took place in Paris to take place.
Israel has reportedly agreed to a 40-day ceasefire, but Hamas is still considering the proposal. The deal reportedly includes the release of 40 Israeli hostages as well as 400 Palestinian detainees. 500 aid trucks a day would be allowed into Gaza, and both sides would stop all military operations, with the IDF moving troops out of densely populated areas.
Mr. Biden was getting a little ahead of events because it does sound as if the two parties to the conflict are actually still fairly far apart.
And Israel's prime minister today suggested he would continue the war until complete victory, saying he has consistently resisted international pressure to end the war ahead of its time. Israel has signaled it intends to launch a ground offensive in Rafah, where residents appear mixed on their desire for a ceasefire. If the truce is like the previous one and they would start war again after it is over, we don't want it, this man says. This woman says she hopes it will be a permanent ceasefire. We don't want to go back to war. The last ceasefire deal in November collapsed after just 7 days, with accusations of bad faith, Omar, coming from both sides.
All right, Annie, thank you.